Okay, thank you very much. So, the time is upon us. Our graduates are waiting eagerly outside, and I'm sure are keen to walk down, take their seats, and then just be able to enjoy the ceremony. So, without further ado, we're going to get the ceremony underway. So, first of all, I'd like to invite in April Ashcroft. Ashaya Aswani. Valeria Botea Luque. Arina Chechechkina. Milana Chernechuk. Loravika Conti. Sofía Delgado Batama. Sofia Lily Dravecki, Daniel Falces Corcuera, Richard Garlick, Olympia Janine, Emily Ellen Hindle, Eddie Lucas Jensen, Rania Han Fiaz, Riha Khan Fiaz, Lauren Leila Crystal Lestelin, Claudia Luque Arroyo, Lara Venay Pahilwani Muki, Tatiana Palamarchuk, Prem Ranchandani Savalani, Olga Cristina Romero Cabrera, Paula Ruba, Eshan Sadwani Kemlani, Marcos Sendra Moreo, Yegor Sobolev, Selina Andrea Stefan, Harry Joseph Talton, and Manuel Villavieja Romero. Now for the formal welcome to you all. So I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all of you in attendance this evening. My name's Gavin Palmer, I'm the head teacher, proud head teacher of Sunnyview School, and I'd like to just welcome families, friends, loved ones, parents, teachers, and most significantly welcome to our class of 2025. Your graduation is here. I'm going to open the address this evening with a personal reflection. So, when I first met many of you at the welcome meetings back in September, I spoke about the thinking that goes into deciding which school to apply for when you're considering taking on a headship. And one of the points that I made was that it's vital to find out as much as possible about the school beforehand to ensure that your values and ambition align with those of the school and that you can see yourself being a fit. Suffice to say, the community spirit, pride and commitment that convinced me to apply in the first place have proved themselves to be the foundations of this special school. And for me personally, it's been a pleasure and a privilege to serve you all as head teacher over the course of this academic year. Class of 2025, I have no hesitation in stating that you are the embodiment of that unique community spirit and all that it represents here. Despite only recently becoming part of the Sunnyview School community and joining you on the latter part of your educational journey, I've been consistently impressed by the kindness, integrity, openness and togetherness that you demonstrate in every interaction with staff and peers alike. Believe me when I say that these qualities are not to be taken for granted, and I actively implore all of you to hold them tight because they will serve you incredibly well as you take your next steps. So class of 2025, today is your day. Indeed, it's a time of celebration, hope, and as I've just shared myself, a time for reflection. Take a moment to think back. Remember the first day you walked through the doors of our school. Nervous, excited, maybe a little bit unsure. And now, you're seated before us as fully fledged young adults, stronger, wiser, and ready to step into that future with courage. The path hasn't been easy. You will have faced challenges, and indeed you have faced challenges that many generations before you have never had to contend with. A global pandemic that turned the world upside down, not to mention power cuts and torrential rains. Throughout these times, you learned in ways no one could have imagined, adapted with resilience, and carried each other through uncertainty with heart. You are proof that even in the hardest time, the human spirit can rise up and shine. So while we honour your achievements, let's also reflect on these moments that shaped you. And I'd like you to just consider these questions. What here in Sunnyview School has shaped who you are today? Who stood by your side when things got tough? What values are going to guide you as you take these next steps? How will you carry that kindness, that courage and integrity that you've grown here out into the wider world? The answers to those questions will go some way to forming a compass that will allow you to navigate these future pathways that you're going to be embarking upon before you know it. Now, to truly appreciate how far you've come, it helps to remember where it all began. Some of you have been with us since preschool. Others of you joined us later along during your educational journey. And we've had the pleasure of seeing your things such as your first steps, hearing first words, and watching you grow from toddlers into the remarkable young people that you are today. Whether at Sunnyview School or elsewhere, for all of you, these moments laid the foundation for all that you've achieved since that point, culminating in this evening's celebration of that very milestone with this graduation. So tonight, we celebrate all those moments, the big, the small, that have woven together the unique story of your education. And let's take a moment to recognise those who have been with us from the very beginning, students who started here in preschool and grew with us. So from left to right, beginning on the top row and working our way down, we have our yellow class featuring Ashaya, Marcos, Lara and Claudia. We then have our blue class featuring Valeria, Olga, Rania, Manuel, Prem, Riha, Loravika, Eshan. I hope that those of you who attended preschool didn't think that you were going to be able to attend this ceremony without an early photo of you being shared. Admittedly, Claudia, you are the one who dodged that. No matter where you started, you all share a legacy of warmth, of belonging and resilience that will stay with you forever. Our school's community and identity has grown richer because of each of your unique stories, your talents and your cultures. Just like the name Sunnyview School suggests, it has always been far more than just bricks and mortar. It's a vantage point, It's a place where you've learned to look beyond the horizon and have confidence to not only aspire to whatever it is that you wish to achieve, but to then go on and accomplish those goals. You've grown not only as learners here, but as individuals, embracing different languages, traditions, and perspectives that will forever enrich your worldview, imbue you with a deep appreciation for diversity in all its forms, and most importantly, see you leave us as truly globally minded citizens. Now, at this point, I'd like to share some memories from the people that you know best. If I switch that, the people that know you best and that you know best, your teachers. When asked to describe you in one word, responses included committed, ambitious, delightful, visionary, fun-loving, survivors, smiles. The fond memories shared by your teachers are many and varied, and I wanted to share a few of those with you. So, Miss Jess's experience of producing the weekly podcast, despite scares from the spoke machine, Sophia and Emily struggling with fits of laughter during the Reddit Stories episode, and soldiering through a power cut during the final episode without realising that had taken place on a national scale. She's thankful to Sophia, Emily, Harry and Milana for their hard work in organising that podcast and making it a success. The unofficial class anthems of the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. And in biology, temperature is always related to enzymes in Mr. Walker's biology lessons. And not forgetting deoxyribonucleic acid and the Krebs cycle. The dedication of the Especifica students in biology and chemistry with Ms. Prieto, your determination and your dedication stood out throughout those 2 years. Mr. Yo recalls the London trip fondly and the tendency to tell him what you had done after the event had passed. For example, arriving late and then explaining that they had to source an Uber or bike to get across London, and that was why they were late. On the Year 10 trip, Mr. Edwards will always remember Ashaya and Lada encouraging him to buy bright canary yellow trainers. He will also remember the 10TE recyclable Christmas tree horror, as well as 13 maths class inviting him in for guest appearances. You're going to notice a theme now. The Year 13 maths class of Miss Gilchrist, fondly resolving to pay back Mr. Edwards for his cameos in their maths lessons by putting in a not-so-complimentary photo of Mr. Edwards next to a wax Justin Bieber in a wax museum from a trip to Madrid. All was planned and ready to go, however nerves got the better of you, and the photo was somehow deleted. So the attempt at embarrassing Mr. Edwards was in fact an embarrassing failure in itself. Ms. Pettis will not forget the journey that Milana and Daniel have been on since joining us in primary school and their drive to improve their level of English. That they have just sat their A-levels in English is testament to their positive attitude to learning. The Year 13, of all the wonderful memories shared, one stood out, and I haven't quite made up my mind on what I think about it yet. Mr. Bayonen shared a story with me, and he writes, word for word, "This could be tricky to word appropriately because Eddie Jensen should have come incognito this evening. At the Year 11 graduation, he got a lifetime driving ban off of one of the golf buggies. We're going to leave that there. On a personal note, I've really enjoyed getting to know you all and being able to offer support, albeit informally, during your breaks, lunchtimes, and just around the school this year, where you've actively embraced my questions and conversations. And it's been truly refreshing to be able to engage meaningfully with a group of young people who are so open-minded and yet equally determined to succeed. As you now look ahead, some of you will stay nearby, others will journey further afield, venturing into different countries and in some cases crossing into new continents. Wherever life leads you, know that the values rooted here, kindness, integrity, openness, togetherness, will be steadfast in ensuring that you succeed in being happy and achieving whatever it is that you choose to set your mind to. This won't always be easy. There will be failures, there will be stumbles, moments of doubt, but every step, even those that challenge you, are part of your story. So embrace them, learn from them, let them make you stronger. And when you find yourself in times of need, draw upon that resilience so that you continue to be the person who lifts others up. Stand tall in your integrity, even when no one's watching. Speak honestly. Lead with what's in here. And remember, you are never alone. Lean on those within your community, and more specifically, lean on those within our Sunnyview school community. It takes a village to raise a child. That African proverb is one of my favourite lines, because the sentiment of multiple people contributing to the growth of a young person really resonates with me. Teachers, teaching assistants, coaches, parents, family members, friends, colleagues, caretakers, office staff, kitchen staff, librarians. I could go on, but my point is this: behind your successes are people who have committed themselves tirelessly to you, even if not always obvious. And apologies. Class of 2025, I would like us to show some recognition to all of those people who are here with us this evening. So I'm going to ask you all, please, to be upstanding. And just the graduates, please, just the graduates. Class of 2025, I would like you, please, to turn around, to face those very people, and to just give them a big round of applause to signify our gratitude. Thank you, Year 13. That was unrehearsed, and you nailed it. Well done. Tonight is as much the celebration of those individuals I just named as it is your own. So, as I draw this address to a close, on behalf of the entire school community, I want to wish all the very best for the future and every success. And I do have one request. Keep in touch, come back and visit, and share the stories of adventure with us. To the five-a-side football team, keep training hard, and with luck, I'm confident that your performance as alumni will be more competitive against us staff. So congratulations to you all, class of 2025. Enjoy every moment of this evening, be present and savour it. Thank you. We're now going to move on to the student speeches and the awarding of your graduation certificates. For this part, I'd like to call forward Miss Allison, our Assistant Head Teacher, and Miss Mansell, our Key Stage 5 Coordinator. So please come forward. Please give them a hand. Class of 2025, you will be invited up individually, and when you arrive here, I will vacate this lectern and the microphone, and this will be yours. We welcome you to deliver any words that you wish to share before then collecting your graduation certificate from Miss Allison and Miss Mansell. So the first person that I'm going to invite up here is our head student. So could you please give a hand to a person who is off to the University of Groningen in the Netherlands, aspiring to study international and European law, and eventually looking to become the CEO of a multinational company, Emily Ellen Hindle.
Okay. It's hard to believe we're actually here. Oh, sorry. After 13 years of school complete, after all the lessons, the late night revision, the early mornings and the stress, we finally made it to graduation, and we should all be very proud of ourselves. First, a thank you to my biggest supporters, my parents. Thank you truly for everything. I know how incredibly privileged I am to have the life I have with support, laughter and endless opportunities that I don't take for granted. My parents have always gone above and beyond, waking me up every single morning, even when I didn't want to, packed my lunches, even when I swear I'd wake up and do it early myself, and made sure I showed up, giving me the best life. You've made things fun, comforting, and safe. Even when school felt overwhelming, I couldn't have done any of this without you and your constant encouragement. Now to our teachers. Thank you doesn't even feel like enough. We probably didn't always deserve your patience, but you gave it anyway. Your support, whether it was kind words, a quiet check-in, or noticing when something was slightly off, meant more than us than you know. Even if we didn't always show it, most of the time, we just wanted to impress you. We wanted to make you proud, feel like we were good students in your eyes. You helped shape us, and that's something that we will carry in for a long time throughout our lives. You make Sunnyview everything that it is. And although a lot of you I know have been to several graduations, multiple over the year, and have heard many variations of this thank you speech, you have helped shape hundreds of students of all ages and make them who they are today. And your impacts are immense, and I hope you never go feeling unimportant or underappreciated, because students will always believe who were there for them when perhaps nobody else was. Now to my lovely friends. Thank you for keeping me sane and happy outside of the classroom as well. From the nights out and parties to the quiet moments of support when things got tough, you've been a constant. I love the friends I have now, and I'm so grateful for every memory, every laugh, and every moment of understanding. And that means more than I can say. I'm going to miss our designated lunch spot or walking to the train together every day, and you're the ones who made me want to show up every day at school. Now, as someone who's lived in 4 countries and attended many schools of all sizes, shapes, cultures, and curriculums, I've learned a lot about change and adaptation, but I'm genuinely glad to be graduating from this school with these people in this place. These 2 years I've spent in Spain have been short, but they've been full of experiences and relationships I'll carry with me forever. And I'm really going to miss this beautiful place when I'm in this cold country in September. Now, on a sentimental note, I understand school can often feel linear and full of exams and deadlines, but the truth is, behind the scenes, we've all had different stories, and life doesn't pause just because of school. So the fact that we're all here today, together, is something very special, and you should all be very proud of yourselves and how far we will come. Congratulations to my fellow graduates of Class of 2025. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Emily. Very poignant indeed. Please give her another hand. And so we call upon our next graduate. And our next graduate joined us in 2017 and is going to be attending the University of Warwick in England to study modern languages and economics with the long-term goal of becoming an investment banker. So could I please invite up here April Ashcroft.
Okay. I started at this school when I was only 10 years old and only after a few weeks living in Spain, and honestly I was so worried that I wouldn't fit in. But I received such a warm welcome from everyone and quickly found my own little community who helped me feel right at home. I just wanted to say thank you to all of my friends like Selena, Rania, Riha, Tatiana, Milana, for making school such an enjoyable experience, to my family, my mum, my dad, my brother, and Olympia, who's basically my family at this point too, for supporting me, and also to my teachers for helping me to achieve things I never would have imagined. You've all helped me grow so much, both academically and personally, and I'm really grateful for that. Thank you.
Okay, and the next student I'm going to call upon is looking to go to the University College in Cork in Ireland to study biomedical sciences. So could we please invite up here Ashaya Aswani.
I can't believe this day has finally arrived. I don't think I will truly accept that this era of my life has come to an end until September, when I do not step into this school again, greeted by all the familiar faces and smiles I have known all these years. I remember being in year 2, looking up at the year 13s in their own clothes as uniform, dreaming of the day that would be us, back when our graduation day was so far away that it was unfathomable. But here I am today, after 15 years of my life at Sunnyview, saying my last few words as a student. I would like to start off by thanking all the teachers I've had throughout all my years at this school. You have all taught me something valuable that I will carry on for the rest of my life. But most importantly, I'd like to thank those who have guided me through the last 2 years of A-levels. To Mr. Walker, for always answering our curious questions in biology and guiding us through the most confusing mark schemes. To Mr. Del Chambre, for threatening us into getting good grades, but always having the most faith in us and sparking a love for chemistry that will stay with me for many years to come. And to Ms. Gilchrist, for making such a difficult subject seem less daunting by letting the classroom be filled with laughter and some occasional singing, and making those math lessons be some of the most memorable times of my journey at Sunnyview. I would like to especially thank my family here today, who have always believed in me doing my best and succeeding no matter how much I didn't believe in myself. To my parents, who have worked so hard to get me where I am today and expanding my pool of opportunities. You have built such a strong support system for me that I truly wouldn't be here today without all of your encouraging words and motivation. I am so eternally grateful for you, and I hope I continue to make you proud. To my closest friends, who have always been there for me when things got hard, but also to celebrate the good times and our achievements, I will cherish you forever, and I hope you will continue to support me from afar, no matter where our paths lead us next year. To my peers who I've had the privilege to share my time with, some longer than others, you have all been an essential part of my journey and have shaped me into the person I am today. I couldn't have done it without you and the memories we've created. So, congratulations to the class of 2025, and I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors.
Our next graduate also joined us in 2010 and is aspiring to go to the Universidad Pontificia Comillas here in Spain to study Ingeniería Matemática and looking to become an engineer. So could we please invite up here Valeria Botella Luque.
Good afternoon. After 15 years at this school, it seems hard to believe that it will no longer form part of my life. What will form part of my life, though, is the memories and the people who have made this journey so special. Thank you to my friends and my teachers for always being there and believing in me. En especial, quiero darle las gracias a mi familia por haberme dado la oportunidad de estar hoy aquí. Gracias.
Next, we have Arina Cecetskina, who is looking to go to the Rotterdam School of Management, Erasmus University in the Netherlands. Arina joined us in 2020, and she's looking to study business administration and long-term become a marketing manager. So please welcome Arina up to the stage.
Every year you start a new school year and your parents and teachers warn you that it will be the fastest of your life, and you just say, whatever, it can't go by that quick, until it's your last day of school and there is no more next year. But what they never warn you about is that you will unintentionally get attached to things at school, and those will become the hardest to lose, because you'll always be reminded of them in their absence. That unfamiliar faces will one day become familiar and feel like home. That there will be moments you will miss before you even realize that they're over, like singing in math class or just talking about random life facts in psychology. So on this note, I would like to thank everyone that has been by my side over the past 5 years that I have attended Sunnyview School. Thank you to all my teachers that I've had over the last years, but especially to those that I've had over the past 2 years, Ms. Martina, Ms. Gilchrist, and Mr. Roldan. Despite the dreadful content on the pages of the A-levels textbooks, you've made it so much more enjoyable to go through, even though I did think that there was no end to the psychology studies. Ms. McDonald, thank you to Ms. McDonald for being such a caring tutor for the 4 out of the 5 years that I've been here, and to Alison for getting us into uni and giving us all advice that we may have found quite useless during the year, but we will 100% use in our future. I would also like to thank my parents, who firstly gave me such an amazing opportunity to live in a country so different and far away from their homes, study in an international school, learn 2 new languages, and whom then made a choice to move me to Sunnyview School. And even though I did refuse for a while, I am more than glad that they insisted on it, because here is where I met those faces that now feel like home. So lastly, thank you to all my friends that have stayed by my side through all the laughs, cries, especially during exam season, and never left despite the disagreements we may have faced. And of course to all my classmates, and not just the ones that have stayed for A-levels, but those that were in my class before that. You have truly made the Sunnyview experience unforgettable.
Okay. Our next graduate joined us in 2018 and is looking to study advertising, and will be attending the Willem de Kooning Academy in Rotterdam, and is hoping to become an art director at one of the world's leading creative agencies. Could we please welcome up here Milana Černjačuk.
Hi everyone. I'm shaking so bad. I didn't really think this day would come so quickly, yet here we are at the edge of something completely new. These years have been intense, filled with a lot of learning and unlearning and figuring out who I actually am beneath all the deadlines, projects, and chaos. Not every part of it was pretty, but it all helped shape me. I want to begin by thanking the 2 people who stood by me through all of it, my parents. You've been my foundation and my safe space when I needed it most. Я вас люблю, ви мене самі найкращі. I also really want to thank Ms. Mansell and Lord Ford for making an impact on how I see the deadlines, the details of this world and my uniqueness. And to the friends who stayed close, Rania, Paula, and others, thank you for being real with me. You made this journey feel less alone. Now I'm stepping into a new chapter, one where I'll keep growing and becoming. I'm excited to create something on my own, to carry everything I've learned and shape it into a life that feels like mine. To everyone who was a part of this journey, thank you truly, you helped me grow. And to the future, I'm ready.
Okay, next is Lodovica Conti, who joined us in 2010 and is looking to go to the Istituto Marangoni to study fashion management and brand strategies, and is aspiring to one day be a luxury brand manager. So Lodovica, could you please come up?
Mamá y papá, gracias por creer siempre en mí y por todo vuestro esfuerzo y sacrificios. Gracias a mi persona especial por empujarme a conseguir mis metas y por apoyarme siempre. Gracias a mis mejores amigas, a mis compañeros y a mis profesores porque habéis hecho de estos años unos años increíbles. A todos mis compañeros os deseo muchísima suerte y que disfrutéis muchísimo de la nueva etapa que está por llegar. Gracias.
The following graduate is looking to study at University College Cork in Ireland and to do a BA in the arts, specifically geography, and longer term aspires to become a conservation scientist. So could we please invite up here Sofia Delgado Batama.
Hi everybody. Firstly, I would like to thank my parents for giving me the opportunity to have studied here, and also my teachers for being the greatest supporters throughout the years that I've been here, which I really appreciate. So I would personally like to thank Mr. Smith, Ms. Martina, Mr. Walker, and Alison for all being so great to me. And lastly, I would like to wish good luck to all my classmates in their future aspirations. Thank you.
Our next graduate joined us in 2022 also and is looking to go to the University of Bristol in England to study data science with the long-term aim of becoming a data analyst. So please give a big hand to Sofia Lili Dravecki.
Sorry. Sorry, I can't.
So the next person joined us in 2017 and was somebody who had a mention earlier on this evening, is looking to go to FETER, Jerez in Spain, to do their first official training to become a commercial pilot. So could we please invite up here Daniel Falces Corcuera.
Good evening, everyone. Today we celebrate more than a diploma. We celebrate the strength, the growth, and every step that brought us here. To my classmates, thank you for all the laughters and memories, and the courage to keep going. To my family and teachers, thank you for the support. Without you, this moment couldn't be possible. We are living today not just as graduates, but as adults ready to face the world. Thank you.
Okay, next we have an individual who's aspiring to be an aerospace engineer and will be studying at UIUC in the US of A, having joined us in 2017. So could we please call upon Richard Garlick to join us?
All right. Yeah, it works, yeah, okay. I might just make a quick thing. That was a wonderful speech by Danny. I would like to thank my parents for supporting me here, putting me to school. I would like to thank I forgot the names now, Miss Davy for the math classes that we had. She made it very nice explaining it, but it was until we actually opened the book and then we didn't know what to do, but then she came us and explained it. It was nice. Thank you. Miss Brown for the physics classes. They were crazy too. There was like a bunch of experiments. We were blowing up capacitors. That was crazy, you know. It was a weird experiments for a weird subject. But yeah, thank you for that too. I guess yeah. Thank you for everyone. Oh yeah, for the bros, for Prem, for making the weird fucking comments in the my bad. For the weird comments he made in physics classes, and Eddie for being there every afternoon. That was nice too. All right, I'm done now.
Okay, now we move to somebody who's looking to study at the International University of Monaco later this year, who joined us in 2019 and is looking to be studying business management and long-term owning their own design firm. So please give a warm hand for Olympia Janine.
Oh God. Hello. Sorry, I can't believe I'm here. Okay. Well, I'd like to start off by saying thank you to all my friends. There are so many things I could say, but I'll keep it simple for everyone. We have been through so much together, and it's been amazing seeing you all grow into the people you are today. You've all come such a long way, and I'm really proud of you. To my teachers, I know it hasn't been easy, but thank you for your patience and having faith in me. And special thank you to Ms. Gilchrist, my favorite Irish woman. And even though you didn't teach me for A-levels, I'll forever be grateful to you for helping me pass maths, because I probably wouldn't be here today if it weren't for you. And to Robbie and his family, words cannot express how special you guys are to me, and you have shown me endless love and support, and I feel truly grateful to have known you. Sex part, yeah, I can't translate. Mais à ma famille, Mireille, je sais que ça n'a pas été facile pour toi de venir ici, mais je me sens tellement baignée de t'avoir dans ma vie. J'espère que tu sais à quel point je t'aime. Et à mon père, je te serai éternellement reconnaissante pour tout ce que tu as fait pour moi et pour tes sacrifices et pour ton amour constant. Et à ma mère, la personne la plus importante dans ma vie, celle à qui je dois tout. Tu es la femme la plus forte que je connaisse, et j'espère de tout cœur que tu es fière de moi. Et on a traversé tellement de choses ensemble, et c'est grâce à toi que je suis la femme que je suis aujourd'hui.
So our next individual is going to study at TU Eindhoven in Holland, looking to do computer science and engineering, and to eventually become a software developer. So could we please invite up here Eddie Lucas Jensen.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to start by saying you all look wonderful. Prem. Well, the graduation 2 years ago felt like just another year passing by. This graduation truly feels like the closing of a stage in life, a stage that created many moments and memories that will be remembered for the rest of our lives. None of what I have achieved would be possible without the help and support of the people around us. With that said, I firstly want to thank my parents, who encouraged and supported me, who helped me stay organized and move through hard times without seeking any reward and regardless of the hard time I was giving them. Thank you. Secondly, I want to thank my friends and colleagues. I couldn't have finished school without them, making even the cruelest school days entertaining and fun. Last but certainly not least, I want to thank my teachers who never stopped believing in me, not only acting as a mentor, teaching me in critical information to succeed academically, but also as a friend, trying their best to make every class as entertaining and engaging as possible. Anyway, I hope all of us can live a long and successful life, not by the dictionary's definition of success, but by our own. Thank you.
Okay, the next person I'm going to invite up here joined us in 2010 and is looking to go to Tilburg University in the Netherlands to study law and envisages himself doing something related to law in the not too distant future. So could we please give a hand for Rania Hahn.
Hello. I feel like this day has come so fast, especially this year. Like Alison said in the beginning, this year was going to be our fastest year. But however, I still remember year 6 so vividly and so out of reach. But here we all are, and most of us the same people from 15 years ago. And it's crazy just to think that nearly everyone here I've grown up with and seen how they become as people. And this has all obviously come with the help of our teachers since reception up to now. And I want to say thank you to all of them, especially our A-level teachers, those who are Mr. Wright, Miss Brown, Mr. Hidalgo, Miss Laith, Mr. Roldan, Mr. McKean, and Miss McDonald, who unfortunately I don't think is here, but I believe she will be watching, so thank you so much for English Lit. I also have my family and friends to thank for always supporting me and giving me advice when I needed it the most. And my friends, April, Olympia, Shaya, Tatiana, and Selena, for always helping me. And especially Milana and Paula for making me truly believe that I could pass through A-levels, because I truly think I couldn't make it out without them. And of course, my parents for allowing me to have this education, and to my biggest supporter, Hala Zara. It's been a very long journey, though it doesn't feel like it at all, and I've learned so much from my learning here and at Sunnyview, and I'm really grateful for that. And I'm just so happy for the time I spent here, and I wish all my teachers and all of you guys here the best. Good luck.
Okay, and our next individual also joined us in 2010 and is looking to pursue their further education in Ireland. And that person is Riha Hahn Fiaz.
Hiya. So I would like to just say how grateful I am to have spent the past 15 years at this school. And over that time, I've made some amazing friends who have truly made this journey special. I'm especially thankful for Selena, as I'm really lucky to have had her by my side. And I would also like to thank my parents for giving me this opportunity to have studied here for what feels like my whole life. And of course, to all teachers, I would like to thank them for their patience and help. And I'm just really grateful for everyone who I've met here, and I'll carry these memories with me forever. Thank you.
Our next graduate is off to Jyväskylä University in Finland, but not for another year, because first of all they're going to take a year out to reconnect with their birth country, Thailand. They joined us in 2022 and long term look to be entering the world of children's nursing. So could we please give a hand for Lauren, Layla, Crystal, Listerley.
I'm not good with public speeches, but here I am. This just reminds me of Mr. Smith's little phrase that says, I don't get nervous, I get a little bit shaky. Anyway, I can't believe we're here. We've made it. A-levels, oof, the stress, I can't believe it. But anyway, we've survived. Now we're stepping into our new chapter, and honestly, I can't wait. For me, I'm heading off to Thailand, as you know, for work, explore, find out who I am. It's very exciting, scary, I'm so scared, but I feel so ready. I just want to say a huge thank you to the people that have helped me here. Alison, you've been my rock, I'm so grateful. Mr. Smith, thank you for always believing in me. Your passion for geography has actually made tectonic plates so interesting. You've pushed me even if when I needed it the most, and I'm always so grateful. I'm trying not to cry. Miss Martina, thank you for the endless patience in psychology. Even though I lost my motivation for the second year, you didn't give up on me, even that you just kept me going. To my parents, thank you for everything, Mum. You've been my rock. For it all, the late night prep talks, the quiet confidence in me when I had nothing. I love you both so much. Maraming salamat. Kiitos paljon. And to my classmates, congrats guys. Now it's time to party. And thank you.
Okay, and now it's over to somebody who joined us in 2010 and is looking to go to the University Alfonso X El Sabio to study dentistry. Could you please give a big hand and welcome up here Claudia Luque Arroyo.
Today marks the ending of one of the most important eras of my life. Sunnyview has been my principal source of learning and creation of memories. Thanks to all these years, I've had the privilege to form connections that have made me realize what the meaning of friendship is. Thank you for helping me through these tough years. I will cherish everyone forever. I want to thank Mr. De La Chambra for making me love such a beautiful subject like chemistry and pushing me to be my best self. Thank you, Ms. McDonald, for introducing me to a new way of viewing the world through literature. Thank you, Ms. Gilchrist, for always believing in me, even in my hardest times. And finally, thank you, Ms. Guevara and Ms. Midmer, for teaching me the beauty of the French language. Finalmente, y más importante, gracias a mi familia por darme el privilegio de tener una educación tan especial que cambiará mi futuro camino para siempre. Gracias.
Okay, and the next person here is off to do physiotherapy and to continue their studies here in Spain. Could you please welcome up Lara Vinay Pahilwani Muki.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I wanted to thank all the teachers that have taught me throughout all these years for teaching me everything I know. I also want to thank my classmates for accompanying me throughout this wonderful journey. I wish you all the very best in the future. And to my friends for making all those school days 10 times better. I will forever cherish the amazing memories we have made together. Most importantly, I wanted to thank my family for always being there for me and for always supporting me through everything. I'm extremely grateful for all the things you have done for me and for the amazing life you have given me. Having said that, thank you all for being here today. An incredible chapter of my life has now come to an end, and I'm very excited to see what the future has in store for me. Thank you.
Our next graduate is one of those looking to cross continents with their studies and is going to be attending Zhejiang University in China, studying integrated biomedical science and longer term looking to become a scientist. Could we please give a warm hand for Tatiana Palamarchuk.
Hello everyone. I would like to say thank you to my parents and teachers for their support and guidance throughout my school years. I'm especially grateful to my mom for always being there for me, even when life didn't go as planned. I would also like to thank my sister for coming all the way to Spain to share this moment with me, for her constant support and being such a good listener during our phone calls. I'm truly grateful for the 5 incredible years I've spent at Sanyu Youth School. During this time, I've had the privilege of meeting so many amazing people, and together we created countless unforgettable memories that will always stay in my heart. It's been an awesome journey so far, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. Thank you.
Okay. And the next person I'd like to invite up is another one of our early starters in 2011 and is aspiring to study at Technological University of Eindhoven in the Netherlands, taking on computer science and engineering with the long-term aim of becoming a software developer. So could you please give a hand to Prem Ramchandani Sawalam.
Firstly, I would like to thank my brother, who has always been there for me, and even when I had good news or bad news to share. I will be forever grateful and always love you. I would also like to thank my parents, who have always pointed me in the right direction and have shaped me in the person I've become today. I would also like to thank my cousin Dylan, my friend Carlos and Harry, who are 3 people I keep very close to my heart and who can always make me laugh and put a smile on my face. I also like to thank my teachers, all of them who have taught me throughout all my years at Sunnyview, who have always shown me kindness, patience, and empathy, especially through these years of A-level, Mr. Bainan, Ms. Davy, and Ms. Brown. And also I'd like to thank Sunnyview for these last 14 years, which have been full of unforgettable memories, and I've made some friendships that I know will last me a lifetime. Thank you.
Okay, next we have another one of our early starters as well from 2010. This individual, she's looking to go to the University of Amsterdam to study politics, psychology, law and economics, and longer term would like to go into diplomacy. So please give a hand for Olga Cristina Romero Cabrera.
Good afternoon. I've had the privilege of being part of a school for the last 15 years where mornings or the end of a holiday never brought dread, but anticipation. I cannot recall a single day in Sunnyview that wasn't touched in some way by laughter or purpose. Firstly, I would like to thank my teachers, especially those who have guided me through these last 2 years. Ms. McDonald, Mr. McKean, Ms. Martina, Ms. Davy, Ms. Gilchrist, Mr. Jimenez, and Ms. Arzuaga. Thank you, not only for your lessons, but for the way you have taught us, with infinite patience and energy. You have shaped the way I question and carry myself, and strengthened the passion I had for my A-level subjects. También le quiero dar las gracias a mi familia. Me considero afortunada de haber crecido y de seguir creciendo en un hogar donde tanto mis padres como mi hermana son un ejemplo constante de fuerza y cariño. Gracias por empujarme siempre a ser mi mejor versión tanto personal como académicamente. Llevar conmigo vuestro apoyo y ejemplo ha sido y seguirá siendo una referencia clara en todo lo que hago. Lastly, I want to thank my peers. Whether we spent years side by side or only crossed paths briefly, getting to know you and grow up with you has definitely been my favorite part of this journey. I can hardly picture a routine that does not include seeing you every day. but I carry with me experiences and memories that I will forever remember and cherish. Thank you.
Okay, so our next graduate is off to the University College in Dublin, Ireland, studying psychology and longer term has ambitions to be a research psychologist. Could you please give a hand for Paula Rubel?
Hello, everyone. As someone who's been to 5 different schools in my life, when I first came to Sunnyview, I thought to myself, give it 3 years and I'll be in another school in no time. But I'm happy to say that I was wrong. I'm glad that I've been able to meet such amazing friends and inspiring teachers who have helped shape my path to success. As one chapter in my life comes to a close and another one opens, I've learned to recognize this big change in my life as a moment of growth and renewal and as a pathway to endless knowledge. I'd like to begin by thanking the people who have stood by me since the beginning, my family. Thank you to my parents who, despite having seen me fail all my subjects in year 7, have never doubted my potential as a growing human being and always strove me to push through the many challenges I've faced. Thank you as well to all of my family back home in Estonia who have supported me from afar and are eagerly waiting for me to begin my new chapter at university. Ma armastan teid igavesti ja ma ei saaks kunagi teid piisavalt tänada. Secondly, I'd like to thank all of the friends that I have made these past 7 years. Thank you to Rania and Riha, who were the first people I've spoken to in this school, who have made me feel welcomed and still bring a smile to my face to this day. Thank you as well to the rest of my awesome friend group, Milana, Selena, Olympia, April, who always cheered me on when I was almost in tears studying for an exam. And of course, thank you to all of the friends I've also made in these past 2 years, who I'm glad I've still been able to meet, despite it not being very long ago. Without these people, I don't think I would have survived at school. And lastly, I want to thank the teachers who helped me become the intelligent young woman I am today. In particular, I'd like to thank Ms. McDonald and Ms. Martina for always pushing me to stay curious about everything the world has to offer. Along with every teacher I've had, I'll be forever grateful for the opportunities they have given me to grow and thrive in the future. Though it's hard to admit, I do truly believe that I will never forget the numerous laughs, cries, achievements, and failures that I have experienced in the school because they have shaped me into who I am today. Thank you.
Okay, and the next person is looking to study international development and economics with the long-term ambition of becoming a consultant. And for that purpose, they're going to be off to the University of Bath in England. Could you please welcome to the stage Ashan Sadwani Kemlani.
Good evening, everyone. I wanted to begin by congratulating my fellow peers for making it to this moment. The past few months have been tough, but the stress has finally ended, and I hope we all succeed in our pursuit of happiness wherever we end up. Secondly, I wanted to thank my friends, those who are graduating by my side right now, and those who have come to support me. We shared countless unforgettable moments, which I will always remember. Of course, my teachers, Ms. Davy, Ms. Gilchrist, Mr. Del Chambre, Mr. Roldan, and Mr. Wright. I immensely appreciate your help and guidance. Each of you pushed me to work harder and maintain my focus throughout. Alison, I truly appreciate the guidance you've given me. Last but not least, my family. My brother, someone who I've always looked up to as my role model. You have become a young man who I aspire always to become. My uncle and my aunt, who are always there whenever I need them and are like my second parents to me. My grandparents, their courage and bravery are the reason why I'm here right now, and I hope they keep showering me with their wisdom and blessings. My dad, the most hardworking man that I know. His quiet sacrifices and strength have guided me to become the person I am. Without you, I am nothing. And finally, my mother, the heart of our family. You are the most caring, loving, and forgiving person I know. I carry your strength and kindness with me every day, and I'm endlessly grateful for everything you do. I hope to be able to give back even a fraction of the love that you have shown me throughout my life. Thank you.
Okay, and someone else now who's been here from the beginning, having joined us in 2010, and is off to the Universidad Francisco de Vitoria to study physiotherapy with the long-term aim of becoming an owner of a chain of physiotherapy clinics. Could we please welcome up here Marcos Sendra Moreo.
Today, we celebrate the results of years of effort in the classrooms of Sunny View School, but also moments fulfilled of fun. I have no doubt that me and my classmates have been very happy at this school. Since we were in kindergarten, where they taught us to sing, play, be joyful or polite, and I remember Miss Kira and Miss Maite, and of course Richard, who was at the door keeping an eye on all of us. From my early years of primary, I remember Mr. Toscano, and of course the scary move to year 3 with Miss and Mr. Barr, which in the end wasn't that scary. I also remember Mr. Malion, Miss Tolker, Miss Courtney, and the teachers who were not our class tutors but were the same as important. In secondary school, we had so many good teachers, but one I hold a special affection to, although I didn't course her subject at A-level, is Miss Guevara. Thank you for making French so easy and for being such a great teacher. Also a special mention to Mr. McKean, which was our English and year 11 tutor, although I think he wasn't as happy of us being his class. English used to be my worst subject, and thanks to him, it became one of my best. Of these last 2 years of A-levels, I want to thank every of my teachers, Mr. Walker, Mr. Del Chambre, Miss Prieto, Mr. Roldan, and Miss Gilchrist. Also, I can't say goodbye without mentioning Alison. Thank you for guiding us towards what and where we want to study. And I know some topics such as metacognition or the MOOCs might have seemed a bit boring for us during classes, but I know they will be very important throughout all of our lives. Debo decir que este logro no habría sido posible sin el apoyo incondicional de mi familia, mis padres, mis tíos, mis primos, mis abuelos, especialmente tú, mamá. Gracias por estar siempre presente tanto en los buenos como en los malos momentos. Me has ayudado muchísimo. Sin ti, nada de lo que soy como persona existiría. Y bueno, además, eres muy divertida. A ti, papá, por ser siempre tan trabajador y enseñarme el valor de la perseverancia. Eres mi modelo a seguir. Y a mi tía, Keka, que ha venido de Madrid solamente para verme. Gracias por, aunque sea desde la distancia, siempre estar dispuesta a ayudarme en todo lo que puedes. Y mandarme tu amor y apoyo, que son muy importantes para levantarme cada día con motivación. Habéis sido todos pilares fundamentales en este camino. Gracias por enseñarme a soñar, a superar desafíos y a construir un futuro mejor. And finally, thanks to all my classmates. I will never forget you. We've had so many good times together. Some of us since we were just 3 years old, and others who joined later. We formed an amazing group. It's incredible that today we're saying goodbye to this stage of our lives. I don't know how I'll manage. After so many years, we've become a family. But we'll stay in touch for sure. At least I'll try my best. I wish you the best in what's to come. Congratulations all for graduating, by the way. To finish, I want to say some general words. We're a generation that takes action, puts effort, and that is building a better future day by day. This generation is not just about dreaming about changing the world. We will work to make it happen. We won't fear the future, because even in the hardest moments, there's space for learning and growth. Thank you all, and onward to the next stage of lives.
Okay, our next graduate joined us in 2019 and is off to Oxford Brookes University in England to study geography and business management with the long-term ambition of becoming a project manager. Could we please invite up to the stage Olivia Sercombe?
I wanted to thank my parents for always standing by me and supporting me. Every step of the way. You've given me more opportunities than you ever had, and that's something I'll never take for granted. I wouldn't be here without you. I also wanted to say a big thank you to Mr. Smith and Mr. Yo for motivating me and guiding me. You've played a big role in shaping the path I want to follow. Thank you.
Okay, next we invite on the stage an individual who has ambitions to long-term move into the world of software development. So could we please invite up Yegor Sobolev?
So, first of all, I would like to thank our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Next, I'd like to thank my headphones for always being there and blasting music into my ears, leaving a dent in my skull. Next, I would like to thank the tea manufacturers for always having more bottles for me to buy and drink during school. Next, I'd like to thank my laptop for always being there, letting me play games during study time. Next, I'd like to thank the Burger King down the road from the school. Now, I'd like to actually thank the teachers for putting up with all I make them go through. And finally, I'd like to thank all of my other graduates for, well, let's be honest, I was trying my best to avoid you all, but many of you still kept interacting with me, and for that, I thank you. Bye.
If software engineering doesn't work out, Yegor, I think you might just have a job in comedy. That deadpan delivery was excellent. The next person we're going to invite up here joined us in 2020 and is looking to go to the University of Nottingham in England to study law and, longer term, become a lawyer. So could we please invite up Selina Andrea Stefan?
Hi. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. Standing here tonight feels a bit surreal. I remember being a little girl watching the graduation scene in High School Musical 3, thinking that would never be me. Graduation always seemed like something that happened to other people, with the older kids who made it to the finish line while we were still figuring out how to get started. But now it's our turn. I hope that the younger version of me would be proud of where I am now. When I first came to Sunnyview 5 years ago, I was so nervous, but the environment was welcoming and I quickly found my place. This school has been a positive experience for me, and looking back, it feels like everything worked out the way it was meant to, bringing me here. I guess everything really does happen for a reason. I want to thank my friend group who've been with me ever since I joined Sunnyview in year 9. I'm so lucky I got to spend my teenage years with all of you. I know we will always be friends. I especially want to thank Riha. I'm very lucky to have met you and shared these school years together. Now we're graduating together, and though heading in different directions is bittersweet, I have made core memories with you that will last a lifetime. I'm so thankful to each and every one of you. I also want to take a moment to thank my teachers who have supported me along the way, to Alison for guiding me through the application process. Your support has been truly invaluable. And to my A-level teachers, Mr. Wright, Ms. Rueda, and Mr. Roldan, thank you for your encouragement, for making classes enjoyable and interesting, and for teaching me so much. Most of all, I want to thank my parents. You've always believed in me and provided me with the education and opportunities to pursue my dreams. I wouldn't be here without you. Your support means everything to me, and I hope to make you proud every day going forward. Mama, tata, mulțumesc pentru tot, vă iubesc. As much as we've always been waiting for this moment, part of me wishes to turn back the clock for just a day to relive the memories of my school years. Although I could probably do without the tests, with the best memories, I absolutely want to go back. While I can't turn back time, I know that these moments, these people, have shaped me into who I am today, and for that I'll be forever grateful. The future is uncertain, but it's also exciting. As this night marks the end of a chapter, it also marks the beginning of another. Whatever comes next, I'm ready for it, and I know each one of us will be too. To my fellow graduates, I wish you the best in the future. Congratulations to the class of 2025. Thank you.
Okay. So, our next individual joined us in 2023 and is off to Loughborough University in the UK and is going to be undertaking a degree in economics and management. With a future uncertain, but I'm sure they'll make a success of whatever it is that they do. Could we please welcome up here Harry Joseph Talton.
Good evening, everyone. Firstly, I want to congratulate all of my peers on graduating and finishing with their exams. I know it was hard, but everyone did it, and congratulations. Secondly, for me, it is an honor to graduate as a Sunnyview student. I arrived at the school at the start of year 12 and didn't know what to expect. I was eager to feel like I belonged and to feel welcomed by my new classmates, but also excited to start a new chapter. Safe to say that these past 2 years have been really great, and I've met truly amazing people. Personally, I believe we are all the product of our experiences, relationships, and interactions, as each can either build us up or break us down, and I want to express gratitude to those who have helped me level up my character throughout the past few years. I'm grateful for my teachers, Mr. Smith, Mr. Yo, Miss Gilchrist, Miss Martina, and Mr. Walker, for furthering my interest in my chosen subjects and for putting up with my many questions I asked, and for the loud energy I often brought to the classes. I'm grateful for the peers I had my studies alongside. I'm grateful for the thought-provoking conversations we had and all the laughter we shared on the benches outside. And since everyone mentioned their friends, I want to mention my dearest too. Thank you to Lara for those amazing library sessions and our talks afterwards. Thank you to Prem for our bike rides and for our spiritual connection with Five Guys. Thank you to Olga for having a silent rivalry with me in psychology and welcoming me on the first days. Thank you for Ishan. Ishan, you send me lots of brain rot TikToks that I often do not understand, but they're really funny. Thank you to Marcos for all of the gym conversations that we have and the bond that we shared, failing the biology practicals. Thank you to Sophia. Although we weren't so close in year 13, we really had a really great time in year 12 together. And thank you to Irina. I was in year 4 with you. When I moved to Spain, you were in my class in my old school. Thank you to Danny, always motivating me before exams when I felt like I was freaking out. And thank you for Eddie. You're always making fun of Prem and Richard, and that makes me laugh. Next, I'm grateful for my girlfriend Jennifer, for supporting me, loving me, and motivating me to be a better version of myself every day. Trust me, your support does not go unnoticed. I also have to thank you for those daily walks to school. You made the hour before school more enjoyable, even on the days when I wasn't feeling my best. Next, I'm grateful for my parents, for the sacrifice that they have made to provide me with an excellent education and their influence in molding the man I have become today. Thank you, Mum, for believing in me for believing in me, praising the hard work I've put in, and correcting me when I'm out of line, despite how hard I may make it. And finally, I'm especially grateful for my father. And although I don't say it enough, Dad, you are my role model. And every day, I think to myself how lucky I am to have you as a father. I even write in my journal every night how grateful I am for you, for how hard you work, the sleepless nights that you put in, and how you love us despite how much we piss you off. Mum and Dad, I love you, and I'll always be grateful for the effort that you have put into this family. Lastly, I want to finish off by saying that we only live this life once, and I want everyone in this room to make the most out of it. Love and appreciate your family whilst they're here. Seize every day like it may be your last. Work hard for what you want, and most importantly, have fun and do the things you enjoy. Now everyone have a great rest of your night.
Okay, and finally, we have one of our originals from 2010 who's off to the University of Bath in England to study aerospace engineering and aspires to do something space related in the future. Please give a hand for Manuel Villavieja Romero.
Don't mind me, just checking Instagram. Great, it does not open. Are you kidding me? All right. This is not a part plan of the speech, but my first intercontinental ballistic missiles I'm making are going to Richard and Harry because they have mentioned all their friends except for me. Good memory, for biology, huh? All right, it's not opening. All right. So, if any of you have seen my head prefect run, you'd think the school wouldn't let me in a 5-kilometer radius from a microphone. But here we are, and now you're going to be subject to a speech that I made up in a car right here that I have to learn from memory now, which I didn't. So this has been a great 16 or 15 years. I stopped counting because I didn't know how to count when I started. It has been absolutely amazing. 99% of the people I've met here have been the greatest people I've known, great character, great everything. Some people really do taste my patience, but thankfully most of them have left the school. Most. I would also like to thank my parents, my grandma who isn't here, but my sisters. Os quiero un montón de verdad, aunque Lucía a veces no. A veces hay que mejorar eso, entre tú y yo. Me dijiste que estos zapatos blancos no iban bien. La mitad de nosotros llevamos zapatos blancos, ¿sale? A callar. So, I will always have a fond memory of this school, except for this new logo. I'm not going to delve deep into it because I don't want to get charged for inciting terrorism. So, I'm going to end my speech with the only way you can end a speech. ¡Viva España!
Okay, class of 2025. That is it. Please give yourself a massive hand. You are now officially graduates. Well done. So, The talent and the determination among you all was beautifully exemplified there just by the sheer array of university destinations that we've got people moving on to and just the career ambitions on display. They're so diverse. I'll take a moment here to acknowledge how, I might have to tweak my speech here, how eloquently and confidently each of you spoke. Public speaking is no mean feat. And you all did yourselves proud, especially those of you who have just had to improvise. Be proud of that. Prior to closing everything officially, we've just got the small matter of the graduation video to screen for you all. So I'm going to invite you all to just enjoy its premiere.
In that 12-passenger van in a small club in Minnesota, and the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name and a star. Now look at where we at, still growing up, still growing up. I would lay in my bed and dream about what I'd become. Couldn't wait to get older, couldn't wait to be some. Now that I'm here, wishing I was still young. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe. Someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. 'Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Wish I didn't think I had the answers. Wish I didn't drink all of that glass first. Wish I made it to homecoming. Got up the courage to ask her. Wish I would've gotten out of my shell. Wish I put the bottle back on that shelf. Wish I wouldn't have worried about what other people thought and felt comfortable with myself. Rooftop open, and the stars above. Moment frozen, sneaking out and falling in love. Me, you, and that futon. We just begun. On the grass dreaming, figuring out who I was. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe. Good old days, all the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. 'Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Never thought we'd get old. Maybe we're still young. Maybe you always look back and think it was better than it was. Maybe these are the moments. Maybe I've been missing what it's about. Been scared of the future, thinking about the past while missing out on now. We've come so far. I guess I'm proud, and I ain't worried about the wrinkles around my smile. I got some scars. I've been around. I felt some pain and seen some things, but I'm here now. Those good old days.
You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. I wish somebody would have told me, babe. Someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't Incline, world tours, it's mine. 10 little letters and a big sign. Justin Bieber, you know I'ma hit him with the ether. Runs out, wiener, but I gotta keep an eye out for Selena. Beauty in the beast, beauty from the east, beautiful confessions to the priest. Beat, beauty from the streets, beat don't get the seats. Every time beauty on the beat. Body rock, yeah. Feel your body rock.
That was good. I don't think we need another one.
Fantastic. And a special thank you there goes out to Miss Jess, Albert, all of Year 13, and a shout out to Emily for leading in terms of pulling all of that together and producing such an excellent video. Please give them all a hand. So there are a few thank yous that I'd like to give out as we draw to an end of the ceremony. And what I'd ask is if I'll say each thank you in turn, and at the end we'll just give an almighty round of applause for everyone. So the first thank you is to Vanessa for spearheading the organisation of this event for us all this evening, and also to Miss Mansell, Miss Malia and Miss Pettis for supporting her with that. Next, I'd like to thank all of the teachers for sharing their passion for their subjects and just constantly being there to support you and to drive you so that you can have broad horizons and aspire to be whatever it is that you wish to be. I'd like to give a special mention and thank you to Miss Allison, Miss Mansell, and your tutors, Miss MacDonald and Miss Gilchrist, for supporting you pastorally and also giving you invaluable careers guidance, as well as just being there as people beyond just being the teachers. Thank you to the directors and the Pettis family for your commitment to ensuring that our students can receive, and indeed continue to receive, an educational experience that enables the doors we've witnessed this evening to be opened. Thank you to all of your families and loved ones for being a constant source of support over the course of this journey. And a thank you to each of you, Year 13, for the contribution that you have made to making Sunnyview School Community as special as it is. So please give yourselves and all of those people we've just thanked a big round of applause. Now, I have a couple of final lines, but I'm going to preface them with some logistics, which is the following. Very shortly, we're going to invite you to head outside. Students, when you head outside, please don't immediately disperse so that we can get the official graduation photo, first of all, and then by all means, you do whatever it is that you need to do this evening. So, to those last few lines then. It's been a pleasure and a privilege to share in this special occasion with you all tonight, and for that I really am grateful. It's time for us to enjoy now what's left of the evening and to make more memories and to revel in the company of your friends and your loved ones and the family with you. So I'll invite all of you now to be upstanding, to make your way outside for a cocktail and just have a fantastic evening. Thank you.